our season of creation today. And for the next several weeks, we will be exploring our understanding of the nature of God, the nature of Jesus, and our place in the cosmos through the eyes of creation itself. Typically, we would start this season by reading one of the ancient creation stories from Genesis. This year, however, we begin with a very different creation story found in the New Testament book of Acts. Paul, who has become the most influential of the second generation disciples, has made his way to Athens with the good news of new life in Christ and bringing hope for a new kingdom of God on earth. The Athenians, known for their love of knowledge and beauty, became easy converts to a new way of living that embraces the wonder of God. We also find within Paul's words an expression of God as near and within, rather than distant. And although Paul was likely not aware that he was speaking of a God that was cosmological in nature, it becomes a great starting point for our own wonderings about the place of God in our lives and in all of creation. And so reading from Acts 17, verses 22 to 28. Then Paul stood in front of the Areopagus, a large rock outcropping, and said, "Athenians, I see how extremely religious you are in every way. For as I went through the city and looked carefully at the objects of your worship, I found among them an altar with the inscription, 'To an unknown God.' What therefore you worship as unknown, this I proclaim to you. The God who made the world and everything in it, God who is God of heaven and earth, does not live in shrines made by human hands, since God gives to all creatures life and breath and all things. From one ancestor, God made all nations to inhabit the whole earth, so that they would search for God, and perhaps grope for God and find God, though indeed God is not far from each one of us. In God we live and move and have our being, as even some of your own poets have said, for we too are God's offspring. While God has overlooked the times of human ignorance, now God commands all people everywhere to change their ways." Hear what the Spirit is saying to the church.
Thanks. Thanks.